Hello and welcome back. Today I have an SWR power meter from the famous brand Daiwa, and I'm a little bit of a fan of the Daiwa brand. I have several and I always bought them second hand, and a few of them I even got from my dad, and these are like 30 or 40 years old and they still work. And they started very early with the cross needles. Nowadays it's normal that you have a cross needle, but in that time it was not, and I was one of the first. And as I said, I usually buy them second hand, and it is kind of a safe buy because I haven't found one that is terribly broken or that is a huge problem that you cannot fix it. And here I have another one. It is a big one. It's, instead of the normal size, it's a little bit bigger. It's the CN-801. And the seller said it was broken. It is completely new in the box. It has everything, only it apparently is broken. So, okay, I did a very low ball offer, and here it is. So let's have a look, see what is broken, if it's even broken, and if we can fix it. Well, here it is, the box. In the box, it really looks new. So maybe something happened in the transport. But the back is missing, so it has been out of his box. And if I look at the rubber, indeed, it is not brand new. It is, I hear already a noise. Okay, no book, nothing. I thought it had the book. And oh, now I'm lucky because in the picture on the ad that I bought it, the needle was stuck even without putting power. But yeah, the needles are very low in the bottom. This one is a little bit high, but they do move. So they are not stuck. That's a good sign. So at least in mechanical it's maybe good. But, oh wait. Oh, look. The meter is falling back. There's a lot of space here. And I thought I heard a noise also. Ah, there. Yeah. Well, I didn't need, of course, a new SWR meter because I have more of them, and this is kind of the standard size, and with the famous cross needle, and it's moving. But you can see it's a lot bigger, and well, bigger is sometimes better. And it's just one I didn't have yet from Daiwa. So let's try to open. And then we just have a look. And as I said, I didn't really run into a lot of problems. Usually it's just adjusting even. I think if you have the blue version of this one, that is the L version, I think, 101. There has been a series that two of the diodes were changed. But if you change that back, then there was also no problem, and then it's just a matter of adjusting. I need to be careful a bit. It's still a bit swollen, my finger. Okay, well, clearly the meter here is loose. It seems to be sort of fixed behind two plastic clamps here, and it just jumped out. And well, if you look at the PCB here, I don't see too much damage, I think. No, it's not really burnt, or I think I will just try to open, get a better look inside. So there is a screw here. That one is from the front. Probably it crashed in transport or something. So what I will do, well, the meter I keep connected to the PCB. I only want to disconnect the sensor. And well, the power is only for the backlight, I think. It's not that interesting. But if we cut this wire, yeah, then we can put the power for the backlight. And the sensor. Yeah. And then we only have the switch, I think, that we can probably also just okay. Then it should all come loose. Yes, no problem. Well, the sensor is usually not a problem. I see some resistors in there. If we have a look, and it doesn't seem brown or burnt, so I don't expect a problem there. But what I do see is this. It is completely open, and it should not be. This should be locked there. But I don't want to just push it back in, because these holes there are sort of screws, and it sets the zero position, and if you push it back in, there's some sort of a fork, and if you push it back in wrong, then it is stuck, and the needles now are completely moving free, which is very good. So let's see what we can see in the meter. How is it still stuck? Oh yeah, it is still locked here in this clamp, and I see tape, but it is just, I see tape here, but it's just to lock the plastic to the front. And so it is only stuck here, I think. Then, yeah. And that is also a plug. That plug is the longest, so we can also take that out. Okay. Yes, so clearly something is broken here, so it fell. And let me just open it carefully. Maybe the best thing to do is just cut the tape. And then we need to be very careful not to break. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is the fork that I talk about, and it sets the zero position. Look. And the same for this one. And that are these little screws here in the front, and there is a little pointy thing here that's decentralized, and that's why it moves. So we need to be sure that that fits exactly in the fork when we push it back. And well, maybe I can even glue this back on, but it is totally out of sight. So instead of gluing, I think I will put some tape, because the glue can give some white residue, and that is non-transparent, so I prefer to put some tape, I think. It doesn't have real scratches, but it's just very superficial. But now we have the chance to solve it, so why not? Perfect. Perfect. Look at that. Ooh. Okay. Now we need to see exactly if the forks fit. Yeah. Okay, let's try. Those little forks need to fit exactly in the screw. There it goes. The top one fits exactly, and now this other one, I'm not so sure. It is very difficult to see. Maybe I can adjust it a little bit better. I'm not sure if it is or not, but we should be able to see. Yeah, that one goes. When I turn, it moves, so this one is good. This one, yeah, perfect. Perfect, perfect. They move really. Okay, then we just do the same. A little bit of tape. They also did that. They also didn't want to glue it. Take the old tape off and tape it back. Okay, and then I want to clean this before I push it back. And well, it will hook here and it will be stuck there. Okay, and if we want to adjust it, that's usually not necessary. We have 3 ranges here. And we have here the reflected for the 3 ranges and the forward for the 3 ranges. And there is no adjust button, because the forward is just the power and the reflect is also the power. So we can just adjust it to put the power. And probably these 3 are the linearity, because it's for a wide range of frequencies. So we probably need to adjust that if needed. So that didn't take too long. It's all back together now. I think it looks great. It's moving. So now we need to see if the power is good. So let me get my transmitter. I have here the Marconi. It was calibrated then. So well, let's see. Look at that, those Daiwa meters look amazing always. And still after, I don't know, maybe it's a few years old and it's good. Well, I set it to 0, but I can still adjust it a little bit more when needed, but it should not be, although this one is not completely to 0. But if we put the forks exactly in the correct way, then we should be able to adjust that. Yeah, there it is. Oop. And okay, perfect. Okay, I have the Marconi. It is for HF. It's to 1.8 to 200 megahertz. So I will just try with this one first. Power. Oh, that is a bit loose. That is always a problem with these connectors. They just wear at some point. Yeah, that's better. I'm just using the Marconi as a dummy load, but also I can use it as power. Power meter. So put it to, well, that's the 20 watt range. So what if I just set it to 20 watts? Where is it? RF power. Set it to 20 watts. More or less. Okay. Is it moving? A beep mode. Oh, FM. Yeah. Oh, almost to 20. And here it says also. Here it says 19.4. Here it is 19 and a bit. So that doesn't seem like a problem. If I do a little bit more power, can I get exactly to 20? Still 20.4. Yeah, now it's 20.4 and this one is almost exactly 20. So no adjustments needed there. Going to the other range. Should drop. Yeah, here it says 25. And of course here it doesn't make sense at all. So let's get to 50 to get into this scale. Yeah, 50, 48. That is good enough. I'm not sure if I can even get to 100. Oh. I can even transmit while it thinks it's in 100 and it is 93 here. And yeah. Okay, good enough. Let's do reflected. Then I go back to 10. And I will change this. And you need to be careful with reflected because it is a lot less power. So if I go to 10, then it will probably end up somewhere here. Yes, exactly. So this is around 10 watts and it is indeed hitting this. So if I go to 20, it should go to here. Yeah, 20 watts here, reflected 20 there, perfect. And I can play with the kilowatts because if I go to 100, it will go here probably. Yeah, exactly 100 watts gives me here in the kilowatts because it isn't divided by 10. Perfect, so no adjustment needed. I was now just measuring FM power, of course, but there is a setting also here, and that's on the average mode. But you can also do the PEP, the peak envelope power, and that has to do with SSB. And what it actually does, it is just there is just a little delay. It's probably they just put a little cap, and then it discharges a little bit slower, because the SSB, the power really goes fast, boop 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 boop. And well, to slow that down, they just do that. But to that circuit, to make that circuit work, they need power, and also for the backlight. So I will put the power in just 12 volts, and probably the backlight, yeah, still works. They choose to put some bluish. I think that's terrible. I will make something orange or yellow. But that works also. So what if I put to PEP to SSB? Wait. Here, mode LSB. I'm on the dummy load. So let's see. So in FM mode, I just have now 100 watts. So that is here up to the 10. But if I change now to USB, then you will see that it's different. And I'm now on the standard average mode. So if I start talking now in a then it just peaks only to 30, because it just peaks so fast that the meter doesn't see. But it also drops back very fast. And if you use the PEP, there should be a slowdown. Hello, hello, hello. And then you will see that the circuit just corrects that. And you will also hit the 100. So that circuit also works. So pretty cool. Usually these things are very low risk with the Daiwa meters. I have not seen before that it is really actually broken. So that looks like new. Wow, another meter added to my collection. It responds perfect. Now that it is all clean again and all verified working. Pretty cool. So that was a very quick repair, but well worth it. And we also did the verify, and as usual you don't need to adjust much in these meters because they are just good and somehow they stay good. The ones that I got from my dad, that is one of the first series after 30 years. I only needed to verify, no adjustment needed. Perfect. I like the Daiwas. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.